What if the most powerful decision of King Charles's reign didn't happen in public, but in total secrecy? Because right now, leaked reports are claiming something extraordinary and potentially explosive. Behind the locked doors of Buckingham Palace, whispers suggest King Charles has quietly signed an abdication order. No cameras, no announcement, no warning. And according to multiple reports, Queen Camilla was absolutely furious. But why now? And what forced a king who waited decades for the crown to consider walking away after such a short reign? Because it all starts with his health, and what the public may not be allowed to know. Sources close to palace operations claim recent medical briefings painted a far darker picture than the calm reassurances released to the press. While officials continue to emphasize treatment and recovery, insiders say doctors privately warned Charles he could no longer maintain the full weight of constitutional duties. Not that he would pass away, but that he could not continue. For a monarch, that distinction changes everything. Behind closed meetings, advisors reportedly discussed declining stamina, enforced rest, and the growing risk of a symbolic vacuum at the top. Overseas trips quietly cancelled. Appearances shortened. Long stretches of isolation. Staff noticed. And so did senior officials. And then, the unthinkable question surfaced. Abdication. A word almost forbidden in royal circles since the crisis of 1936. Yet reports claim Charles began asking detailed questions about regency laws, succession mechanics, and the quiet transfer of power. Drafts were allegedly prepared. Locked away. Marked confidential. That's when panic set in. Because Queen Camilla, according to palace insiders, did not see this as a noble sacrifice. She saw it as a devastating betrayal. After decades in the shadows, years of public scorn, and finally standing beside Charles at the coronation, Camilla believed her moment had arrived. The crown was not just a title. It was vindication. So when word reached her that Charles was prepared to step aside, reports suggest her reaction was immediate and fierce. She allegedly invoked coronation vows. Duty before God. The legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. She warned that abdication would brand Charles as weak in history's eyes. But beneath the constitutional arguments, insiders say there was something far more personal driving her resistance. Fear. Fear of becoming a short-lived queen. Fear of losing influence. Fear of being eclipsed again. And as her efforts to stop Charles failed, her attention reportedly shifted to the one man who stood to gain the most. Prince William. Sources claim Camilla requested private meetings, urging caution, painting a picture of unbearable pressure, media scrutiny, the toll on Catherine, the impact on their children, subtle words, strategic concerns, all designed to slow what now seemed inevitable. But William, observers say, didn't respond with promises. Only silence. And that silence spoke volumes. Because when William finally met privately with his father, reports suggest he saw something unexpected. Not a king fleeing responsibility, but a man choosing sacrifice over stagnation. Charles, insiders say, feared becoming a symbol without strength. A monarch present in name only. And worse, a blockage to the very future he once vowed to modernize. So the decision was made. Late one evening, in a private study, with only essential witnesses present, reports claim Charles signed the order. A simple document. A heavy pen. A signature that could not be undone. And notably, Camilla was not there. When the announcement was finally prepared, her absence became impossible to ignore. A silent chair. A visible fracture. Royal watchers immediately noticed. Below the surface, the palace shifted. William stepped forward without celebration. Catherine remained composed, but visibly aware of the weight descending upon them. And Camilla, according to insiders, retreated, furious, humiliated, and unwilling to accept a future where her power faded so quickly. Now, as the monarchy braces for a historic transition, one question lingers over everything. Was King Charles making the most responsible decision of his reign? Or did this secret move expose a fracture that may never heal? And when history looks back, will Camilla be remembered as a woman driven by ambition? Or one whose sacrifices were erased by a single signature? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want more untold royal stories, make sure to subscribe.